The man haunting Disney's Forbidden Island.
What's really going on, Walt Disney? What's really going on? What are you protecting on this island? That's so f***ing good.
Where's the Disney sniffer? Where's the Disney sniffer, Walt Disney? Where's that mother that sniffs all the underwear? Where's Mickey? Where's real Mickey at?
There's something up they don't want people to know about.
Richard McGuire, also known as Southern Pirate Outdoors, had just finished swimming for his life, escaping a seemingly inescapable situation. Surrounded by Disney's private security and Florida sheriffs, he hides in the brush off the shores of Bay Lake. He had just escaped Discovery Island. He called his girlfriend to give her the news, but would be shook to his core when he found out that the cops were one step ahead of him.
And now for the amazing birdie headstand.
Disney's Treasure Island, later renamed to Discovery Island, is located in Bay Lake in Orlando, Florida, just a short boat leg from the Magic Kingdom. When it first opened in 1974, Disney-goers were in for a walk on the wild side, as it would provide tourists and locals alike with an exotic getaway with lush vegetation and a different kind of wildlife than what people in Florida were used to. The popularity for the...
It's not really like a wildlife extravaganza, dude. You're still in Orlando, Florida, where it's humid as they just put a bunch of flamingos in a cage and said, ooh, look, we're in the Amazon. Or not Amazon. Where are flamingos? Africa. Flamingos in Africa? Where are flamingos? Yeah, they're in Africa, right? Like the wetlands.
General would dwindle throughout the 90s, and seeing as there was little to no profit in wildlife conservation of this magnitude, Mr. Mouse decided it'd be best to just bludgeon all the animals with a tire iron and close it for good in 1999. Now a shell of its former self left to rot.
There are 0 flamingos in Africa. I'm about to ratio the out of you. Oh, the Chilean, Andean, and Puna flamingos are located in South America. The greater and lesser flamingos live in Africa and can also be found in the Middle East. Bang! Get fucking ratioed!
All of the original buildings and habitats remained on the island, withering away due to years of neglect and natural disasters. And yet, it remained heavily guarded, and certain people were desperate to know why. But in all honesty, no one was more desperate to uncover the secrets of Mickey's mysterious mask than a subsect of filmmakers on YouTube whose ears perk up like a nipple under cold breeze whenever they hear the word abandoned, exploring the long deserted and documenting their experiences for people who are afraid of confrontation, like you and me. I'm sorry for saying that. And for those urban explorers, abandoned theme parks are like their holy grail.
Start exploring an amazing amusement park.
Their white whale.
Part of this theme park.
Their Disney-themed guck job.
An abandoned theme park.
The allure of a consumerist wonderland that time forgot is just one that we're all naturally drawn to. Who can blame a man for wanting to see what's left? Or in this case, what was still worth guarding? Discovery Island had been explored by a few trailblazers, each trek more difficult than the last, as Disney would tighten security with each new breach. That was until Richard McGuire gave it a try, and Disney decided they had had enough.
Going to Disney Discovery Island next week, and always be ready on your worst day.
Why is he making it so badass? We're going to the abandoned Disney Discovery Island where they used to hold flamingos in fucking amusement parks. We're gonna fucking turn these motherfuckers up. If they try to stop me, let's just say they're gonna meet Billy and fucking Bill. That doesn't make sense. They're gonna meet Billy and fucking, what's another name for your arm? Billy and fucking Bucky. Bang, bang. They're gonna fucking get clobbered, dude. Fucking right in their skulls.
7:26 p.m.
Right about time to invade Disney Discovery Island. I might not make it back alive, sonnies.
Apocalypse. COVID-19.
In 2020, the news broke of a goofy little green ball with Shrek horns tickling our insides. People began to panic, and as a result, many of the bustling attractions from Disneyland would close their doors for the safety of the patrons. The Mouse House was emptier than a Cyanide Pills Anonymous meeting, but they were about to receive their first guest in months. Richard McGuire, aka Rip Thorne, aka Southern Pirate Outdoors, spends his time exploring abandoned locales and documenting dangerous wildlife. Growing up in Alabama, Richard had always wanted to go see Discovery Island for himself, but his dad always told him no, as spending $10 to go see some stupid birds is pointless when you could just look up and see them for free. So what better time to fulfill his lifelong
facts. Fucking facts. I agree with his fucking dad. Fuck going to see some stupid ass birds, bitch. My God. I'll go like in the zoos too. Whenever I go to a zoo, I'm just sad. If I go to a zoo, I'm like, these fucking animals don't want to be here. Maybe like giraffes and shit that are like they don't hunt animals, so they don't give a shit. They're just getting free food. But like you go to a zoo and you see like lions and shit, they're just like depressed.
Dream than during a global pandemic. So he decided that not only is he going to practice his social distancing from the comfort of an abandoned theme park for a week, but he was also going to uncover the wildlife that Disney was supposedly hiding. More on that later. For months, Richard studied the area and mapped out his journey. And in the evening hours on April 27th, 2020, Richard began his recon, making a trip around the Disney World parking lot and showing just how empty it truly was, describing the scene as a virtual ghost town. Richard's driving around, he's got his kayak on his roof, and he parks his car to go get a better look at the docks. Once he's done, he comes back and somebody steals his kayak. And even though this was his means of actually crossing the lake, he wasn't gonna let that stop him. On his way back home, he stops at 7-Eleven and he notices a guy with a canoe on his roof. It wasn't for sale, but that guy did have a shoddy aluminum boat that could be negotiated.
I'm constructing a new trap right now. It's a deep water trap. I have reason to believe this animal that I'm after is not in fresh water anymore. It's always good to be a sportsman.
What animal is he hunting in Disney Island?
Never good to be an outlaw. Do your things right because Mother Nature is fragile. And if we all out there breaking the law and doing that thing the wrong ways, we're not gonna have anything left. And it's...
Mickey? Oh my god. Oh my god. He's setting a trap for the Disney sniffer, chat.
We see with the
The
coronavirus.
conspiracy theory I made, it's finally gaining traction. Yes. Oh my god, people are finally starting to see it. Oh yeah, there it is. See, there it is. Almost a year later, finally somebody... Wait, no, no. He went to the island before I made my conspiracy theory. Somebody believed in the Disney sniffer before me?
You know, mankind has absolutely ruined this world. Be a sportsman and not an outlaw.
2 days later, he returns to the area, parking his van in a secluded area in the suburbs a few blocks from the park. Richard would then wait until nightfall to begin his journey towards the shore. In his inventory, a flashlight, a water bottle, scuba gear in case things go south, some tape, a car battery, his cell phone, and that small aluminum boat.
Why
So
does
with
he have a fucking car battery?
the sun fully set and the plan fully in motion, he's ready to go. Richard dragged his boat about a mile out of the suburban neighborhood, through the wooded area and across a long pipeline, taking breaks in between as the weather began to work against him.
Another mile and a half. Easy work.
And that's when he notices the forested area he had been traveling through has eyes in the trees.
Trail cams. These are auto trail cams too, monitoring activity down these back trails that I'm taking right here. And I gotta track the boat by here. That's the first one I've seen, but there might have been more. Send some pictures direct, see the wire.
There's no way they fucking there's no way they send somebody out to this guy to be like, dude, you're like dragging a boat through the woods.
So he covers the camera and makes note to avoid these in the future, and carries on as he makes his way forward. 3 hours pass. Tired and winded from dragging the boat, he comes to a barbed wire fence and has no choice but to lift his boat over it. And with that final push, he made it to the dock.
Southern Pirate out. It's 4:25 in the morning. This raggedy boat I just bought, no wonder I got it at such a good price. It damn near sunk.
So under the cover of night and bad weather, Rich ends up making it to Discovery Island, but not without trouble. Turns out the boat that he bought was damaged, and it started taking in a lot of water as he was crossing
No! Oh my god, is he gonna sink mid-fucking way?
the lake. His boat almost sinks and his battery is underwater, so he ended up just taping up the holes and carrying on.
This is Discovery Island, Walt Disney World. This is as dead as you're ever gonna see. There's not a soul in here other than cops and security guards. Anyway, let me get the hell out of this boat before it sinks completely.
So with the worst behind him, he comes to a small abandoned building on the island and takes shelter for the night. Starting a small fire to dry off his boots, he waits until sunrise.
Here I am, folks.
Nah, this is kind of badass, though. I would like to do this myself one day. Not at Disney Island, but, like, chat, like, you just have, like, 5 items and you fucking, like, spend the night in some abandoned area. That'd be kind of sick.
Discovery Island in a lake they call Bay Lake. It's a natural made lake by Mother Earth. It's full of alligators. There's been several deaths in this
full of
body
alligators and he's gonna fucking swim in it?
of water. Walt Disney likes to brush stuff under the rug. They don't like to tell people. And this poor little kid got snatched out of this body of water right here. They try to tell their guests there's no alligators here. I've been diving these waters since 2004 and I've seen more gators in this area than just about anywhere else I've ever seen them.
So what he's referring to here is the tragic story of 2-year-old Lane Graves, who was building sandcastles on the Seven Seas Lagoon and got snatched up by an alligator. This would lead to Disney ramping up removal of the alligators on the park premises despite being previously aware of the problem. And yeah, there were a lot of them.
Yeah, that's pretty sad that a place like Walt Disney
Bro, he's playing in the sand and an alligator just comes up and fucking eats him?
lies to their guests about wildlife.
You see, Richard had seen his fair share of wild animals, most notably the alligator snapping turtle, which he believed to be a modern-day dinosaur. But he believed he could catch one on Discovery Island to prove that there's more to worry about than just gators. Of course, that was just scratching the surface of this hunt, and let me tell you, it's a lot fucking crazier than big turtles. I initially read about Richard's Adventure 2 battle on this Twitter thread, and here it states that Richard was hunting for some sort of genetically modified abomination that was hidden at the center of the island, and it was funded by the US government. It was a whole thing. But I couldn't find anything of Richard actually talking about this directly outside of a few implications. That is until I wandered into the comments of his final entry in the series. According to Rich, there is, quote, something on that island. Now, supposedly, after all of this is said and done, Richard was briefed by the Secret Service. I can't give
I'm telling you, man, I was briefed by the SS, the Secret Service, man. They told me there was some shit in there that I needed to get out. They didn't give me any specifics. They just said it had 4 legs and a big eye. And that's what I'm looking for. That, or they said he was about yay tall, he had, like, striped pants on and fucking bunny ears. And a big nose, and he smelled underwear.
credence to this claim, because I don't fucking know, but a reply to this gives some context.
Supposedly, genetic research testing was done underground during off hours on the island, funded by the US government. What better way to hide something than in plain sight? And a creature they'd been working on using birds had escaped and wreaked havoc. It cannot escape the island, but remains in a lair where it comes out at night. Supposedly, this thing can't leave the island due to its mechanical devices / weight. Could be BS.
What? So it's like half robot?
But thought it was interesting. The creature that got out was part eagle, some say cockatoo, and part robot / mechanical. They say it can kill someone in one swipe.
What in the... Oh.
It's most likely to be total BS, like I said, and this rumor goes
It's not most likely, it's definitively BS. If they were worried about something that could kill somebody in one swipe, they just shoot it in the face.
back a long time. It may not be alive now. The person who wrote about this to be cautious and not to go there, and that you have been warned.
Have you found any more info? I can't find a rumor, a conspiracy, or anything.
Supposedly, as you get close to the island and it starts to get dark, birds will start to screech to warn you not to get too close to the center of the island where this thing lives. It's part mechanical robot, part bird. Also
Yo, you gotta be crazy to fucking believe that shit.
explains why the police terminated their search for Mr. Pirate flag emoji, as it was getting dark. The local police must know something.
Source. I'm gonna need the source of that information that you sent, because I might pay a visit to that thing with a freaking gun.
I might pay a visit to that thing with a gun. It says Creeper Tem 8143.
That's a long way to say big robot bird dinosaur. I mean, could Disney really be housing a Frankenfowl?
I mean, no lie, I'd do the same thing. If that thing actually existed, I would just fucking kill it. A fucking half robot, half bird that kills people.
Their property? Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that the last dusky seaside sparrow died on Discovery Island? Extinct. Gone. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'd like to see a minimum wage employee play seed and feed with a fucker that big. Anyway, now we have an idea of what Richard was possibly there for.
Let's get it on.
The sun has now risen over Discovery Island, and Richard prepares for his week-long excursion.
Virtually untouched by humans for over 21 years. And you can tell because there's no graffiti. This is the kind of places I like to find. Eight inches green, man, that's crazy.
Still has water in it.
Still has water in it. Yeah, virtually untouched here.
Look at those flowers.
Bro, why is he fascinated by literally everything? It's a ceiling fan. I understand it's abandoned. It's a ceiling fan.
Very solid. That is so cool. I wonder what animals are still here from when this place was open. How many did they just turn loose? Cool. It's unreal.
Oh my god, look at these sticks.
Unreal. It's unreal. Just left everything just like it was. The stuff that I've been doing my whole life, if y'all are into this, you know, like and subscribe so I can go and do more and bring y'all to places that y'all might not ever get to see. That's a massive tree right there.
I swear to God, if he says unreal, right when I just made the joke that he would fucking freak out about a tree.
Look at that. Big cypress tree.
Say it, say it, say it. Fuck!
And I don't touch anything.
He definitely said it after that clip. As he was walking away. Unreal.
I don't break anything. I don't leave any trash. I pick up all my trash as I leave.
All is going well so far. After inspecting the cages, he steps out into the open walkway, turns to his left, and...
Footpaths are in here. Oh great, I'm on game camera. Not good. I'm busted. That's the second one. I found the first two that I came in contact with and I got out of here. That one caught me first.
After being extremely careful and mapping out all of the locations of the trail cameras, he got careless.
I can get my bag just in case.
And the hunt was on. So naturally, Richard immediately turned tail, headed back to the abandoned building he was camped in, grabbed all of his belongings, and began planning his...
escape? I feel like, do you think anybody would even come out there, though?
Orange County Sheriff's Office, you're being recorded. This is Operator Moore. How may I help you?
Hi, this is Lucy Walters, Remote Security.
Hi.
I've got an investigator requesting county assistant response to Discovery Island.
Do you have an address or?
4600 Fork Wilderness Trail.
What's the name of it?
Discovery
They're
Island.
really bugging about that?
To say that Disney's reaction time was impressive would be an understatement. From the moment that trail cam flashed on my man Rich, they were on him like stink on shit.
Someone was seen in an out-of-bounds area.
Sighting of a person in a restricted area.
Yes. So the
Yo,
person
I'm
was
playing dumb as fuck. If they found me, I'm going... I don't even know how I got here. I'm not allowed to be here? What do you mean? I got lost. Yeah, you say I got lost? Oh my god. I got lost. You're fucking on an island in the middle of the lake. Dude, I don't even know how I got out here, man.
seen on camera. He didn't give me a description.
Are you all en route or are you there?
They're en route. They have to get a boat to get to the island.
Okay, well, we'll send deputies out there.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
A search party was formed to find the trespasser. 2 sheriffs took a boat to the island, guns drawn, and they began to push forward.
Guns drawn? What, are they gonna shoot him down?
Until they realized just how big the island really was, and decided to call for backup. Meanwhile, Richard treads carefully through the crunchy woods, then he begins to hear voices. Not like a schizophrenic episode, but literal voices.
What the fuck? Why do they actually care that much?
Coming from a chopper circling overhead. At this point, Rich figured if he hit...
What? We have your boat? You have to leave the island now? What the fuck? Why do they care that bad?
Really well, the cops would get tired and call it the search and go home. So he decided to bury himself under a bunch of leaves as the sound of boats and choppers got louder and louder.
These motherfuckers are crazy. Disney World's got all that money.
My bad, you're good.
They can do whatever they want. Just going around and around in circles, circling the island. These motherfuckers aren't playing.
Crossing, okay? Door will open your side, hot side of your door.
Bro,
You ready?
come
on, your hands up, do it now.
Man, this is really, really fucking weird right now. I'm stranded on Discovery Island.
What is this? What they hatch baby dinosaurs in?
Behind me. Watch out, there's something to step on.
Okay.
Police officers and island guards were circling the island. Not only that, but they located his boat and his provisions and confiscated them to entice Richard to come out of hiding. Thirsty and running out of options, he begins to drink the rainwater pooling on the leaves. Then he realizes
I'm chilling there for a day. I'm just not moving for a day, and they'd give up.
He needs to come up with an escape plan. This man then goes naked snake mode and progresses through the woods, stopping every so often to listen for his pursuers. This whole game of cat and mouse lasted for roughly 4 hours. Then the survival instincts kick in. He heads to the beach, he looks for some water bottles because the plan is to make a flotation device.
He's gonna make a floaty with water bottles? Yeah, have fun getting fucking thousands of them.
As long as you can't squeeze it, it means it still holds air. I gotta get a move on. Oh, there's water in that. I'm so thirsty.
Yo, that could have been there for like months.
Oh, that was the best water I've ever drank in my life. I'm not gonna drink that Mountain Dew there. It's a little rough.
With enough bottles to float to shore, he stuffs his backpack with them, ensuring that they'll float. And then, it's time. Richard had been diving his whole life, so he's no stranger to muddy waters, but remember, Bay Lake is filled with thousands of gators, so if he wanted to make it back in one piece, he had to be quick.
Backpack taking the water, not to breathe. I'm getting tired.
The flotation device didn't go as planned. Tired as hell,
I
he
would
had
be
to
so fucking scared an alligator would just pull me under and death roll me.
keep pushing. 1 hour later, he reaches land.
Hell yeah. Oh my God. Nobody's ever gonna believe what happened to me today. Thank God.
Upon making it to shore, Rich takes a moment, he catches his breath, and he decides to call his girlfriend to let her know that he's there.
I just made the swim. Hey, I love you. What do you mean they...
And that's when he receives the unfortunate news.
What do you mean they have you hostage? Mickey has you? Mickey has you tied up right now? He has a gun to your head? You just hear in the back, it's like Mickey in the background.
Shakes him harder than the cold, murky waters of Bay Lake.
They're gonna take you to jail if I don't come...
What? Oh my God, are they actually gonna fuck? Yo, I was fucking joking. There's no way they fucking make her go to jail.
out and turn myself in.
Just when he was celebrating his great escape, thinking he made it off the island scot-free, it turns out not only did law enforcement have his boat and his supplies, but they also had his girlfriend and their van in their possession. The deal? Turn himself in and they'll let her go. Can they do that? Is that allowed?
How much does he... that just sounds like fucking... like holding a hostage, number one. I didn't know the government could do that. Number two, how long is he going to jail for fucking trespassing?
Part of it.
I hear you.
Manhunt for Disney trespasser on the Channel 6 News.
I love him, but not that much.
All right, Richard, unfortunately, you're going to be placed under arrest for trespassing, okay?
So that's exactly what he did. After getting his boat back from the sheriffs, he went to meet with the local police officers on the shore. His journey had finally come to its bittersweet conclusion. In the end...
Bro, he should get like a week in county jail.
After all his preparations and the long journey just to get to the island, his week-long vacation was cut short. Richard was arrested for trespassing, but later entered a plea deal where he only had to pay a $100 fine. And the
Okay, good shit. Like, yo, that would have pissed me the fuck off if he got, like, thrown in prison for 3 months for just going on an abandoned island.
On top, he received a lifetime ban from Disney World.
Oh, no. Oh, I can't go on Magic Kingdom. I can't go to Magic Kingdom anymore. Oh. I can't go on Rockin' Roller Coaster. Oh, fuck. Like, who gives a shit?